Hello everyone, and welcome to another chess video. This is Seikster. Today I want to go over a game taken from Bobby Fischer's My 60 Most Memorable Games. Bobby Fischer was playing as black, and Paul Keres was playing as white. Bobby Fischer, of course, needs no introduction. He's, of course, probably one of the most famous names to ever bless the chess world. But Paul Keres was a really good attacking player, very aggressive, and today we'll see his amazing tactical abilities. So the theme I will go over today is when you enter a critical position, to look for all possibilities, no matter how crazy they are. If it's possible to sack a queen, you must always look for it. Never skip any possibility. And so this game will demonstrate how Paul Keres takes over an incredibly critical position in the game. So without further ado, we will begin the game. Sicilian defense. So, main line so far. And Bobby Fischer, as black, introduces the Najdorf variation, the Sicilian. And Paul Keres goes with one of the more aggressive lines, Bishop G5. And this F4 push used to be very popular back when Bobby Fischer and Paul Keres played, but it is no longer as popular as it used to be. The reason is this E4 weakness. Nowadays, people prefer the F3 Queen D2 variation. It's a little more solid, but during their times, F4 was very popular, very often played by the wonderful chess player Mikhail Tal. And of course, bring the queen on. So the queen is on a very aggressive square, and notice that the queen eyes this diagonal. So if this diagonal ever opens up via E5, after of course B5 is played, the queen will be eyeing that rook. So of course that introduces future tactical possibilities. Queen C7 and castle queenside. So already we're going to enter a aggressive game where white's pawn storms black's kingside, and black pawn storms white's queenside. And of course, whoever gets to the king first will win. So it's a race. And B5, so black already begins attacking, not yet castling. And notice this H1 to H8 diagonal, or H1 to A8, sorry, diagonal. Of course, E5 is possible in the future. So Paul Keres takes, and here we have it. E5. A double attack on the knight and the rook. But of course, you may ask, why can't Bobby just play bishop B7? The queen, of course, was put here to protect the bishop, and therefore guard the rook. And this, of course, is what Bobby Fischer actually played. But here we have an extraordinary tactical combination produced by Paul Keres. If you want to pause the video for a couple seconds and look for it, you can. But I mean, this one, of course, is really hard to find. E takes F6, double exclamation point. What is going on here? White's seemingly is sacrificing his queen. And of course, Bobby Fischer takes. So, what is going on here? Take. So, if we count the material, White has won 2 minor pieces and a rook for the queen. That, of course, is, when you think about it, really good compensation. In fact, that's material up for White. And so, we realize now that Bobby Fischer actually intended for this, and he did not mind this. And of course, this just proves the genius behind Bobby Fischer's playing. And Bobby Fischer, of course, traps the A8 light squared bishop. So he's getting some of the material back. Paul Keres sacrifices his bishop, because otherwise it was going to be taken anyway. And we have bishop takes d4. Very accurate play on both sides. If, of course, pawn takes, we have rook e1 check, and, well, White looks better here. His pieces are much more active. The rook on h8 isn't really doing anything, and, well, you can pretty much see that White is dominating the position with these 2 rooks blasting down the d and e files. So, of course, wonderful, or really good and accurate play by Bobby Fischer in this game. Attacking the queen. Check. And notice that it's a very unbalanced position here. White has 2 rooks, which is a little better than a queen, but a knight. Whereas Black has a queen and a rook. But this rook for now is not active, and therefore I believe White to be slightly better here. But only slightly, and the game could go either way. Activating the rook via the h file. You know, he's planning to crudely move the rook from h8 to h6 and swing it over on the 6th rank. Brilliant move by Paul Keres, trying to rip open the Black's kingside position, trying to get these rooks open files, and, well, directly go for some kind of checkmate. And so it was a pawn sacrifice, and Keres ruined Black's pawn structure on the kingside. We have double pawns, an isolated pawn. And this may have been a mistake. Of course, I'm not one to criticize Paul Keres, but notice how he has vacated his defense of the 1st rank, and therefore Bobby's queen finally has access to harass the White king. So Black's queen is finally active. And Paul Keres has to defend passively with the knight. The game is now going slightly to Bobby's favor. But of course, this is a very unbalanced position, and it could go either way. Actually, I'm almost at 10 minutes right now, so I will make a part 2 to this video, and hopefully you guys will follow. The game's almost done, so the part 2 won't be too long. So I will see you guys in the part 2 of this video. Thank you.